Coleen Nolan's love rat son cheated on Miss GB wife with dozens of women. Coleen Nolan's son Shane Jr. and his Miss Great Britain wife Maddie Wahdan split after he cheated on her with multiple women. The son of Coleen Nolan and Shane, Richie, split from his Miss Great Britain wife Maddie Wahdan after he repeatedly cheated on her. Maddie and Shane Jr., 36, got married in 2022 after 6 years of dating. Shane's parents were both in attendance at the ceremony at Rushton Hall in Kettering, with Coleen, 60, describing it as a perfect day. But their marriage came crashing down just 1 year later after Maddie discovered her husband had been unfaithful with multiple women. The heartbreaking revelation came shortly after Maddie and Shane decided they would start trying for a family. Just weeks after his birthday, Maddie received a message from a man, which claimed Shane had been sleeping with his girlfriend. A source close to Maddie said, once she received all the proof and evidence, on the Friday, she packed up her stuff and left by the Saturday evening, and never spoke to him on the phone or in person ever again. The friend described it as the final straw in their relationship, confirming there was no way back for the couple. They added, I think after everything they'd been through as a couple and everything he'd put Maddie through, a traumatic few years, that was the final straw for her and she wasn't going to allow that type of disrespect to continue. At that point, Maddie was only aware that Shane had cheated on her with one woman, who was younger than them. In another devastating blow, Maddie found out their affair had been going on since before Shane proposed to her in 2021. Shane allegedly had no emotional connection to this woman, but Maddie found out later on that he had cheated on her with tens of, maybe hundreds, definitely loads and loads of women. Shane's repeated infidelity came at a time when the couple were struggling due to his substance abuse, which forced Maddie into taking a second job to keep them afloat. Maddie had a really good job, but had to take another job in a bar to help them pay their bills because effectively, he was scuppering their money on God knows what, the insider revealed. Maddie's friend confirmed Shane's new partner is one of the women he cheated on her with. Shane and his new girlfriend recently announced they were expecting their first child together. Despite the news being upsetting for Maddie to hear, she has managed to see the positive side of things. Once Maddie decides something is done, it's done. She was so far removed from a life with him that it didn't really affect her that much. It wasn't nice, but a leopard never changes its spots, so if anything, she was just thankful that it wasn't her and that they didn't start a family and she didn't have to explain to their child why their parents' divorce was all over the newspapers, the source said. Despite the hardships, Maddie has demonstrated considerable resilience and has since flourished both personally and professionally since her divorce from Shane. The source declared, Maddie has shown tremendous strength throughout, even when being forced to read about the breakdown of her marriage in the newspapers. When most people would have been screaming from the rooftops about such public betrayal, she chose to remain silent and stoic, and picked herself up off the floor and started her life again, never once complaining or faltering in the process. Everybody who loves Maddie is delighted to see that she is thriving and stepping into the person we all knew she could be, without Shane. She is confident, relaxed and taking things like dating very slowly, but most importantly, she hasn't let her experience with Shane taint her view on happiness in the future. They added, everybody in Maddie's circle is excited for what this next era holds for her, she's unstoppable and living her best life.